Stop it. Stop it. No, if you need deliverance, tell me. I'll pray for you. I also need deliverance, so we'll be praying for each other. Hi y'all, thank you so much for popping in. If you're new here, my name is Dupe and I make videos to help you embrace and grow healthy natural hair in the most economical way possible. Yes, you heard that right. Budget friendly ways to grow healthy natural hair.
When they're trying to hold me, I go zoom zoom zoom. Don't like your vibe and I go zoom zoom.
Into this video, I'm going to be sharing with you tips that can help you reduce breakage or to stop breakage. Okay, we really can't stop breakage totally, but at least we can do our very best to reduce breakage to the barest minimum. And that is the problem of many people. Like, your hair is breaking, that is why you're not seeing growth, because your hair is growing, but if the rate of breakage is more than the rate of growth, you will never see growth. You won't see that length that you are looking for. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you several tips to help you reduce breakage. Firstly, I'm going to be categorizing these into two. Number one, moisture, and number two, low manipulation. And I'm going to further break these two down. So going on the first one now, moisture. Whenever you have natural hair, the only thing that you want is to make sure that your natural hair is kept moisturized. If there is no moisture in your hair is going to dry. And when there is dry hair, your hair is going to break. So if you're dealing with dry hair, making dry hair, styling dry hair, you're not putting moisture into it, it is not moisturized the way it's supposed to be moisturized, your hair is going to break. So one hair is to avoid dryness. Avoid dryness. You need to know when to wash your hair, deep condition your hair, put leave-in conditioner in your hair, and you need to know how often that you need to re-moisturize your hair so that your hair is kept moisturized all through the week, all day long, all week long, all month long. You need to have a routine on how to keep your hair moisturized. It could be a daily routine, it could be weekly routine, and it could be monthly routine. Your goal is to make sure that your hair is not dry, never dries. This leads us to 1B, which is understanding your hair porosity. Guys, see, all of those stress of what is my hair type, am I 4A, 4B, 4C, you need to put them down somewhere for now and go learn about your hair porosity. If you don't know anything about hair porosity, my dear, you haven't known anything about hair. Hair porosity simply means how does your hair absorb moisture and how does it give the moisture out, how does it loses that moisture. So you need to understand, if you are low porosity, when talking about low porosity, that means your hair takes like forever to absorb moisture, and it's a little bit difficult, takes forever to absorb moisture, and that makes it a little bit difficult to keep your hair moisturized. So you need to understand how you need to work around that. So if your hair is high porosity, that means your hair absorbs moisture very fast and loses it too very fast. So your hair is well moisturized right now, and before you know it, in the next few hours, one day it is all dry, like, but I just put moisture in this hair. So you need to understand. The other one is the average hair, medium porosity, not average, medium porosity, which is like a balanced type. Your hair isn't low, your hair isn't low porosity, it is not high porosity, it is just balanced, which is like perfect. So when you understand that your hair porosity, you will know how to put moisture into it, you will know when to put moisture into it, and you will understand the kind of product that's going to work for that your hair type. How penetrating is it, how penetrating is the product, how thick is it, and is this product, oils, butters, working for my hair. So if you do not know anything, you need to go on Google right now and go read about hair porosity and try to figure out what your own porosity piece. 1C is your protein to moisture balance. My dear sister and brother, this is equally important, but not so important for some of us. But it is important in all aspects of it. Your hair needs protein treatment. You need to put protein in your hair. Sometimes you notice that your hair is moisturized, but yet it is breaking. What is causing it? That is where protein treatment comes in. When hair becomes too moisturized, it kind of weakens. When it is weak, it tends to break. When that begins to happen to your hair, you know that it is time for your protein treatment. And how not to let your hair get to the stage where it is already breaking before you remember protein treatment is termed as your protein to moisture balance. If you understand when your hair will start acting up, breaking, then you can plan a routine around that. So some people do protein treatment once a month, some once in 2 months, some need it more regularly than others. So you need to know when you need to put in protein into your hair, and what protein does is to strengthen your hair, making sure that your hair does not break. However, you need to be very careful when using protein. You do not want to use it too much, because if you overuse your protein treatment, your hair just starts feeling somehow, and what you are trying to avoid will start happening to you, because when your hair becomes too strong, it's going to break. So you need to understand your protein to moisture balance. Moving on to manipulation category. See, one of the major things that will making your hair break a lot is too much of manipulation. When you manipulate this fragile mane, when you overwork with it, it breaks, because it just goes on being tangling, getting dry. The more you put ends into your hair, the more dry it turns to. The more tangles it can get, the more split ends can happen to it. When you just touch your hair too much, your hair will begin to fall off. So first thing first, there's something called ant in hair syndrome. I'm suffering from this as well. I need prayers. No, that is one of the reasons why I put my hair into twist, because I just need to stay away from my hair and retain some length. That was good. Sorry about that. I needed that. So I realized that I was in my hair too much. I'm always washing it. I realized that I love washing my hair, and there's no way that you wash your hair that something will not come out of it. Manipulating the hair every time, washing it every time, styling it every time. All of those things were contributing to so much breakage, and it happens to everybody too. And even apart from that, just because my hair is in an afro style, I'll just be like this, and then just be pulling the hair out, and then they'll be breaking in my hands like this, and I'll be acting like as if I do not care, even though I care, but I'm not just thinking about it. So when you cannot get your hand away from your hair, it becomes a hand in hair syndrome, and you need to stop that. Stop it. No, if you need deliverance, tell me, I'll pray for you. I also need deliverance, so we'll be praying for each other. I can accommodate you, don't worry, I'll pray for you. If you simply can't get your hands out of your hair, just go on with protective styling. 2B is protective styling. So if you cannot take your hands out of your hair, just go and do protective styling, and make sure that the protective style you go for is actually protecting your hair. It is not causing you more breakage. When you put your hair into protective styling, you can get your hands out of your hair and let your hair breathe. All of the things that you do to your hair almost daily, weekly, all of those stress, all of this manipulation you put your hair through, protective style is going to give your hair rest and let you grow some hair, retain some length. That is why you see some people, they will be like, oh, protective style can make your hair grow. It is the truth. It is, but it is not that it's making your hair grow. It is helping you to retain length because you are not in your hair. You are letting the hair rest, so the hair is able to retain itself. So number 2C here is basically for wash day, and that is if your hair is up to some reasonable length, you've passed that teeny weeny stage. My tip here is that start putting your hair in sections on wash day. So when you want to shampoo your hair, do it in sections. When you want to deep condition it, do it in sections. When you want to style your hair, do it in sections. Don't just wash your hair like this, especially when you are just starting out. Do not just wash your hair like this. They're going to cause you more tangles. What does tangles amount to? Breakage. You know, that even makes a wash day super fast because you can easily attend to each part of the hair and make sure that when you're washing your hair, you're just pulling it down, you're stretching it, making sure that they do not get tangled. When you're done with that section, you twist it and move on to another section. The last on the list is avoid. See, this literally helps a lot. This has been proven, okay, to be correct, and it is avoid combing. I know you're going to be like, why shouldn't I comb my hair? Why have we not combed your hair? See, I know we have like brought up with the idea of you have to comb your hair so your hair can be like this, but the truth is you do not have to comb your hair. Yes, I said what I said. You do not have to comb your hair because a lot of these combs out there are causing you breakage. If you're not using a seamless comb, my dear sister and brother, you're just wasting your time. Each time you comb your hair will break. There is no two way about it. So you need to start going in with your fingers. Work with your fingers. See, these fingers work perfectly well. You can even easily feel your knot and everywhere. You can easily take the knot out. So there are people that have gone like 1 year without combing their hair, and it has really worked for them. They could see length tremendously. So if you are really serious about this, you might just want to consider no combing. I used to do it. I do it. In fact, I do it anywhere, anyhow. If it's really see, you are not using comb anymore, so I just drop the comb for now. But I want to use comb, I go in with comb again. But comb and use too much comb in your hair, comb snags your hair out. If you keep using comb, if you're washing your hair weekly and you use comb every time that you are doing something to your hair will keep breaking, and it may be a little difficult for you to retain length. So these are the tips that I have used, and they really do work for me. And let me know what you think about these tips. Please give this video a like, okay? Let YouTube know that this video makes sense. Okay, and if you are new here, please hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can always know whenever I upload a new video. And I'm going to see you all in my next video. Bye y'all.